one of the most effective and primary tools that is quite available to all of us, it's very available because it's very easy to do, is a simple awareness of the breath and body. Many of you may have come across or practiced mindfulness or presence, which is simple awareness of sensations in the body, sensations of the breath. Now this might sound like a very boring practice, but it is a very powerful tool to rise above the constant mind chatter that's taking place in the human mind. The dysfunctional mind chatter, it's not just useful mind chatter, it's like 95%, well, I use sometimes percentages, but what I'm trying to say, much of the thinking that's happening in our heads is actually dysfunctional and useless thinking. And yet we take it so seriously. So mindfulness, by being present to the breath and the body, which have a higher reality than the mind. Why? Well, the fact is the mind is something that is just a conditioned perspective of our environment. It's a made-up reality, it's not reality itself, whereas being aware of the breath and body is actually tuning into reality. The closest reality that we're close to, which is our own breath and body, which is always with us wherever we go. And it's, to the mind, this is a very boring practice, and most people resist doing this. In fact, a lot of people talk about mindfulness, but they don't actually practice it because it's a boring practice for the mind. So becoming present with the breath and body withdraws energy from the thinking mind, and from that angle you can see the mind's constant chatter is trivial and unnecessary, and you're able to let go of much of the thoughts that go through your mind. You're able to regulate your emotions and have a high level of composure and stillness amidst chaotic situations. And that's where the power comes from, the power of presence. So to rise above human dysfunction, the power of presence, or the practice of presence, is one of the key ways we can rise above the constant mind chatter that's taking place in our heads. Now, we all suffer from it. No one has immunity to this. So we all need to do this practice. Now, whether we do it individually or we do it as a group, it doesn't really matter. And you can practice it anywhere. You can practice it while walking or sitting or waiting for the bus or a train, or waiting for someone, or you're in a queue. Even when you're working or conversing with someone, you can practice presence of your breath and body. And the more you do that, the more you can ground yourself in the present moment and less carried away by the past, or memories of the past, and imagination of the future. So this video was really about just recognizing that we need to rise above our mental models and thoughts and beliefs in order to get through and evolve as a species, in order to actually survive. It's really about survival as a collective. Because if we don't do that, if we get carried away by our intellect, we will destroy ourselves. And we will destroy the planet. And that's not a problem from a planetary perspective. It may be a problem from the perspective of our species. Well, the planet will replenish itself once humans are extinct from the planet. The planet will replenish itself and regrow and become green again in time, and new life forms will emerge and flourish again over time. It may take hundreds and thousands or millions of years. Again, that's if the planet survives. It's not destroyed by, say, asteroids, or the sun explodes, and which, all of these things may happen over millions of years, or who knows how long. We don't know the time frame. So none of this is a problem. It's just, it will be sad if our species destroys itself and doesn't evolve. That's all I'm saying from a perspective of the universe.